we could fly.
DC, city of high society parties and high stakes party lines. After 10 years in practice, I'm expanding to meet high demand from patients. I'm Michael Somenek, growing my practice from the ground up.
We could fly.
I think any time that you're looking to expand something, you have to have a need for it and understand really what your patients are looking for and what you have a passion for. And we had a small med spa and quickly saw that our patients loved that aspect of it. And our idea going into it was that we wanted to elevate that experience, and we just were not able to do that with the current confines that we had within our old office space. And so that is the main reason why we looked into expanding and building out a med spa that was contiguous with our office, but was very much its own entity.
I'm most proud of the growth. I'm proud of the physical space, and I'm proud of the work that we do.
It's always a financial challenge when you're building something and you're writing checks to the contractors for month after month after month, and the space isn't open and you're not generating revenue and the space is sitting sort of dead. That's always a financial challenge, so even more reason to plan accordingly with your finances when you're building a space. It's always going to be something that you have to set aside some money for or have appropriate financing for. We've come a long way in terms of our financing needs, and thankfully, when we started building the med spa, we had developed enough financial capital where we didn't need to go to a bank to get financing. So that was a real benefit at that point in our expansion. When you do expand, you have to really understand what the needs are of the space. And it doesn't always mean you need to expand team members. But when it does, I mean, there are obstacles always involved in that, and it is really difficult sometimes to target someone who is going to be in line with the rest of the team members. And I mean, I'll be honest, it's never easy, it's slightly exhausting, but you're bringing this person into your business. And your hope when hiring this person is that you're going to retain them for years to come. So it's always in our best interest to spend that extra time and number of hours that it takes us to bring someone on, because we're fully invested in them as much as we want them to be fully invested in us.
I'm proud of the staff. You know, we've been able to put together a group of individuals who really are invested in the brand. I'm very proud of them. As far as we're asking people to come to work every day and promote us. And you have to believe in that in order to do that.
Medical research can be an excellent source of revenue for the practice, and you can do multiple trials at a time. I would always start off small to understand the process with a clinical trial. But I mean, the obstacle is it takes a lot of time, and it can take a lot of time out of your day if you don't have the appropriate resources. So I think if you're going to get involved in medical research, you absolutely have to have a passion for it. This is not a side gig. This is not just a part-time hobby. It's something that you really have to invest your time in, because it takes a considerable amount of resources to develop and participate in a lot of these studies, some of which are FDA trials that the companies are really relying on you to deliver appropriate results. If you're looking to take on a clinical trial with a company in particular, hiring a clinical research coordinator is essential at keeping you sane throughout the process. I think it's important to be really happy with where you're at for a small snippet of time before you look at the next vision. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on the med spa, making sure that it's as successful as we dreamed it to be. And that's where our next probably year or two is going to be spent. But knowing us, we're always looking for the next phase of growth.
Expansion, always and always.
Yes, sometimes he wants to keep growing, even though I would like to just rest a little bit. So that is the benefit sometimes, is that he does push me and want us to want something greater for ourselves. When times I would become a little complacent and just want this to thrive and be for a little bit, which I think there's something to be said about that as well, because I reel you in sometimes.
But it's a little boring.
Never.
I think that there's not really even just physical expansion, but expanding the services that we offer in the med spa.
Right now, we're doing a really good job of building our brand, both with the skincare line and now to soon be the home line. And so I really would love in the next 5 years to expand that brand, not only to other entities, but to other locations. And that's sort of what I see for us. And I do think we're in line with that.